Hello, today we are going to be talking about the new bulk entry provider invoicing functionality for Congregate meals. So there's a few things that I want to show you first. We have added a new alternative Congregate meal site on the individual case record that denotes that an individual may be receiving meals from a primary site or a secondary site. I'm also going to show you a provider record that is also important for the setup of this new functionality. So this provider is denoted as a Congregate meal site, which you notice that this record was associated to that individual in the Congregate meal site field. Also, this provider as a Congregate meal site is associated to a certified meal provider of ABC meals, which I'll show you in the provider invoicing module, that this data needs to be set up correctly to pull in the correct records that you want to invoice against. So with that, we'll go into the provider invoice module, and we're going to do a new one. And we're going to select our certified meal provider of ABC meals. We're going to select our dates. And we're going to select Cluster 2 services since Congregate Meals is considered a Cluster 2 service. So upon save, this application opens for you to select your service of Congregate Meals, the site. So again, these sites are dynamically filtered by the certified meal provider that you selected, funding source, your service option, and currently you can still select the individual and do all that invoicing in a singular motion, but we are going to actually use the bulk feature today, which by selecting this bulk feature enables you to generate all the individuals that are associated to this site in a grid that is populated over on the right hand side. This grid is listed all the individuals that are associated to this site in alphabetical order by last name. And we will just go ahead and start putting in our units. And we're going to hit save. So what this is doing is now preparing to create all those invoice lines for units that you actually entered in all at once instead of doing them individually. Now I will have you notice that anything that we left as a 0 did not get created. So that's one important thing to remember, that this is only going to create invoice lines for those units that you actually entered in more than 0. I will also show you that you can regenerate this and then cancel out, and it will not save any invoice lines. I think it's also important to notice that upon generation, the individual and the filtering on this side will no longer be in play as you're attempting to do the bulk feature. So that concludes the Congregate Meal Bulk Entry feature that we are implementing in Sprint 9. For more information, you can refer to the KB article that was written called Congregate Meal Bulk Entry Process.